What are you doing? That's right, you're not a goat, you're a dog. But you are the goat.
I hope you guys liked that video of my dog. I forgot to film an intro, so I kind of just let him take over that. Right now I'm taking off all of the makeup that I had on the night before because I couldn't be bothered to do it last night. That's another symptom of depression, which is you just don't really take care of yourself.
So scary.
I'm not sure about you guys, but it's pretty hard for me to make like a routine. I have to sit there and think about what I need to do every single day. I always forget to brush my teeth. Not always, but you know what I mean. I always forget to take off my makeup or wash my face, and I try to do it whenever I remember, but sometimes I just don't have the motivation, or sometimes I genuinely just don't think about it. And so, of course, I have to exfoliate my face every single time I wash it, because sometimes I don't wash it for like 2 days, which I know is super gross. But again, like, this is kind of the reality of the situation here. This can cause like a myriad of skin situations for me, and later on in the video coming up soon, you'll see that I'm starting to break out right there in different portions of my face that aren't shown right now. I might show them whenever I do my makeup, I forget. This is the serum that I use to put on my face after I wash it. Hopefully it helps with like scarring and oily stuff and things of that nature. I tried to use this that my dog chewed up, but it was all done, so I had to go find my actual one, and I'm frustrated because I don't want to get up. I'm doing my actual face lotion now. This is me realizing I really need to do my eyebrows.
God damn.
Look how fluffy those are. They're just sick and straight up, dude. Unfortunately, I have no way of doing my eyebrows right now, so I'm just finishing up my skincare and then probably gonna go into makeup. And this is me slowly realizing that my skin isn't as bad as I thought, and I don't have a whole lot of texture, and I look pretty dewy, which is a look, you know. And look, itty bitty beauty blender is so cute. It looks like a little robin's egg. If you get frustrated with your makeup, just know I do too, and all you really have to do is blend and believe in yourself. Faith, trust, pixie dust, beauty blenders, and brushes. It'll all work out if you just keep blending until your shoulder's tired. Whenever I'm done blending with my beauty blender, I go in with a really fluffy brush. Really short bristle, but... Wow, we are really just out here on the internet being a person, just digging in there. Jesus. While I was digging for gold nuggets in my brain, I decided I did want to conceal that giant zit that's right next to my nose. And don't worry, gentlemen, you are not the only ones who compare sizes for things. Notice how I chose the larger one because it's pretty hard to get to Europe in a rowboat, and I'm trying to get things done here. I just wanted you guys to know I really like this palette. It is my entire aesthetic as a makeup palette. I really like the pinks and purples and blacks. I think it's really important to do makeup just kind of for fun or for yourself if you feel like it. Don't do it to impress anybody else, because it's for you. You know, like, you're the one who has to look at your face and judge yourself, and it doesn't really matter what other people think. And a lot of people really aren't judging you to begin with. They're just kind of going that with their own lives, and if they are judging you, then clearly they have nothing better to do, so it says more about them than it does about you. This is me picking the sleep out of my eye. The Sandman has blessed me with beautiful sandy eyes in the morning. I found some sort of fuzzy in my eyeliner, and that's why I'm looking at it like it grew a head or something. And I'm doing my makeup in a mirror that's off camera because I can't do my makeup on camera. Cameras lie to you. Cameras will, mess up proportions and things like that. So it's just easier to do it in a mirror and then check how it looks on a camera after. It may look like I'm checking my makeup in the mirror here, but I'm actually just assessing my face and making sure it's actually mine and not someone else's. And I'm making a lot of weird faces because my dog's just bouncing off the walls. Oh no, somebody called the fire department. We have a mental sawed-off with a lighter here. If you guys are getting any tips from me while doing this, just make sure that you check the temperature of your eyelash curler after you do that. I have burnt my eyelid before, and it doesn't feel great. And even though it wasn't a terrible burn, it just makes sure that it's like only warmer slightly than room temperature. That noise right there is the reason that I call myself heavy-handed, and if you ever hear me call myself that, it's because I am. I kind of have a tendency to throw things down whenever I set them down, or slam things when I mean to just close them. It doesn't mean that I'm like, you know, hitting people or anything like that. I'm very clumsy. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've only really put color corrector on my eyes and not all over my face because, like I said, I have problems with taking that off, and you don't want like day-old makeup on your face. It's basically clay to begin with, so I think it's a better idea to make decisions long-term rather than short-term. So if I wanted to color correct all of my acne scars and acne, I totally could have, but I'm just going in with blush right here, even if I'm having acne scars. It brings out the redness in the scars, so it kind of brings them out, but I just really like how it looks anyway, so. I know it's pretty late in the game to start stating why I'm making this type of content, but I really just want to make people feel like they're not so alone. A lot of content creators make me feel that way, but I want to create the content that I would watch and that would make me feel safe and comfortable, so I hope that this makes somebody else feel like they're not alone in their battle and that they're safe and comfortable. And this is what I meant by making makeup fun and doing it for you, because that's clearly not a highlighter. That is a very sparkly eyeshadow that I kind of just use as highlighter because I like to feel like an alien or some sort of ghost. I feel like it makes me look like a fairy or something otherworldly, even if it isn't just like a super small way that only I notice. I see it and it brings me joy. This is me trying to wipe off the dreaded waterproof mascara spots that I always get, and I always touch myself with the wand or whatever. I've really fallen in love with the black lip gloss trend. I feel like every makeup company needs to have it because look, oh, that's such a difference, and it's so like soft goth. I love it. I love it so much. It's so funny that you start to pay attention to all of your little mannerisms whenever you film yourself, because I don't even remember making half of the faces that I've made in this video. Also, I highly recommend that brush that I was just using for my girlies with super short hair, just because it helps you control the direction that your hair is going to add a little bit more oomph to your hair, so you don't just have a fluff ball on your head. And this is the outfit that I wish I could have worn. This is the outfit that I'm wearing in my head. Unfortunately, it's not very conventional for what we're doing, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on my Po People shoes after putting my widow dogs. And there it is. Unfortunately, I'll also have to take these off before going out to my car because I'm wandering around in the house with shoes on. That's not okay. I want nothing more than to do a bit screaming, but I live in an apartment complex. Notice how unbearably awkward I am. You can tell that I definitely don't leave the house very often. This is me recharging my motivation. Betty's pretty good at doing that for me. It helps me whenever I'm overwhelmed with a huge mess to just split things up in piles, and then after that organize it. My therapist told me to organize my makeup when I'm done so that I don't feel so trapped in my own room. I'm just organizing longs and shorts. That's what makes sense to me. I'm just now realizing that I'm doing everything with one hand and my left hand's kind of just hanging out, just being a friend, giving my right hand moral support in these trying times of having to clean by himself. Finally, he stops supervising and joins the team. I cannot describe to you how useful it is to have a lighter in your kit. I swear by it for like your super stiff eyeliner or even curling your lashes. It makes your lashes stay curled for longer. I look like I'm simply organizing, but I'm thinking about ways that I can organize better. There's really no rhyme or reason to the tub versus the bag. I wish there was. And I'm also criticizing myself continuously while doing all of this. And hey, look, speaking of moral support in these trying times, he decided to give you guys a front row seat to his Only Dogs page. I'm laughing because Batty's going absolutely ham. You know those toys that you buy as an owner that you instantly know that you're going to regret, but it makes him happy because he can't squeak a whole lot of squeaker toys. I'm sorry, Trixie Mattel. I will never treat my wig like that ever again. This is when I learned that putting a wig away is super complicated for absolutely no reason. I swear I almost tore this thing apart out of frustration. And Batty almost tore it apart because he wants to wear it, and I think he's just jealous with how good I look in it. Soon we're going to see that my dog's absolutely obsessed with this thing. No, you can't have it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I swear I need like 4 hands to put this thing away. It's so frustrating. Trixie Mattel, if you're hiring, please hire my dog as a wig connoisseur because he loves them a lot, apparently. This is my only wig and he's very interested in it. He's pretending to be interested in his toy, but he wants to wear my wig right now. Trust me, I know. If you can read lips, then you know what I just said. See, he loves it. He loves it. He wants it. He wants to wear it. So, Trixie Mattel, if you're selling any wigs for dogs, please, like, contact me. We can do a brand deal. Just kidding. I'm not important enough. He'll open the box, too. Like, if I leave it kind of a little bit open on accident, he'll open it. He won't take it out. He'll just sniff it, but he wants it. And this is me absolutely GBing my hamper here, just stuffing it to the brim full of filth. This is me showing that I forgot my wig cap, and I'm showing that it is indeed a wig cap and not just a nude colored panty that I'm showing on camera for no reason. This is me putting it away like a responsible person, because if not, it would have ended up in some sort of abyss, never to be seen again. It's very interesting how often I use my hands whenever I'm just thinking in my head, when I should be talking out loud because the camera's going. It's like I push pause on everything. And this is me flipping off my bed because I have to make my bed to clean my room, and that's just how my brain goes. It helps a bunch to keep like little grocery bags inside of your room so that you can put trash in there little by little. I'm waving a clean pair of socks around because I don't recognize them. And apparently I just kind of decided that we're keeping them because they're my socks now. I found them in my room. Finders keepers, they are mine. And here I am typing on the keyboard in my brain. Little does everybody know that you do actually have a filing system in your brain. It's just that my brain computer is dial-up. And while I'm looking for my sheets, I'm kind of discovering that it's hard to differentiate my clothes between the sheets because most of what I wear is black or black posing. I see the laundry gnomes have given me yet another gift of my own shirt and my own sheets. Thank you very much, gnomes. A perk of having your bed be in kind of like the middle of the room against the wall is that you don't have a most difficult corner for a fitted sheet. Although it takes up more space, you don't have to climb on top of your bed and mess up your bed while doing the sheets. It's a life lesson. And this is me getting a little bit too close, a little bit too personal with y'all. It just I'm probably gonna, I'm glad I cut that out because you got a pretty bussin' view of my bussy, if you know what I mean. Notice how I check the tag and I find the one that says top or bottom, and then I put the sheet on horizontally anyway, and I end up having to fix it. That was me telling inanimate objects to stay because I work too closely and too often with dogs. I've started even snapping at people. It's kind of a problem. Yeah, that head shake was me finally realizing that the sheet was on horizontally. You may be wondering how I tolerate all of the high-pitched squeaking. It's because I'm very good at selective hearing. my job kind of, in a way, requires it. Putting a pillow inside of a pillowcase is the most awkward thing ever. I don't think there's any sort of way to do it gracefully. You kind of just have to wiggle him in there. And this is a t-shirt that my mom gave me. I couldn't find look at me. I couldn't find my pillowcase, so I'm using a Silver Sun Pickups band shirt, and it's roughly the same material and color, so it kind of matches. It's a pretty good band, by the way, in case you were wondering. I think the shirt just kind of decided what was the head on that pillow, and it was that corner. Oh, look at him. He's doing his best. And of course we have to correct him and put him where he's laying on the pillow properly, or else I will get acne from that dirty pillow. I feel the need to say that pillows of course can be cleaned, but it does ruin them. And this is my bed while it's made. You can notice all of the holes in my blanket and the fact that I don't have a comforter. Oh, and this is the new outfit because it's way too darn hot today. And I pinned my skirt because I have no idea what size I am and I cannot be bothered to try things on in the store. He peed in the house earlier. Don't let that face fool you. It is a pretty face, so.
It's hot in here, and there's hot air in my AC, and I gotta run it so that I can get the cold air behind the hot air. I think whenever you look at something in too big of a picture, it can be especially overwhelming, but if you were to zoom in on small portions of it and fix those first, then it's a little bit better. Like focusing at one thing at a time, rather than focusing on the big picture and beating yourself up that things got so bad. I'm so glad I didn't do a full face of makeup. I would be melting. My face would melt off right now. I've only been outside for 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It's insane.
And this car was the creme de la creme of my shame. You'll see a lot of random things, and I'll be pulling out just random things. It was actually a lot worse earlier off camera. I took some things to storage, and it made it a little bit better. And what I just said has always been true for me. Whenever I would clean my room as a kid, I would have to go up to my mom and she'd give me 3 things to do, and if she gave me 4, I would have a breakdown. You can always just make yourself a list and then just cross off things on the list. I think it's really fun to cross things off of a list, so if I were to break out my entire life into lists, I would have endless amounts.
I need both hands. Do you think it'll stay whenever I shut my door?
I just want to say I really like how I set my phone up here because you can see the little rays of light and it's pretty aesthetic. And what I'm doing here is I'm sectioning off and basically doing the same thing that I did in my room, which is make little piles and then leave trash for last this time because it's kind of a big chore to do. I was actually dreading doing this because I kind of look like I have bed bugs living in my car. I look like I live in my car, and I don't. There's no shame in living in your car, but if you're going to, don't let it get this bad. You're gonna hate yourself if you do, I swear.
Really just wanted to capture my shame. 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 All of this is what I'm keeping. And then sander, and then the rest is trash. And here's the trash bag. Hopefully this will help people clean. I don't know. Thank you. I already tried to film one of these, but the lighting was bad and the baby was crying, so I hope you can use this video to encourage yourself to get better, or if you're just watching this in a depressive slump or whatever slump that you are in, use that as encouragement to do it later. But talk gently to yourself and be your own best friend, because it's ultimately what you deserve. You should forgive yourself for letting it get that bad, as well as maybe constructively criticize yourself. Hopefully it won't get bad in the future and you can fight off those depressive thoughts of you're not even worth cleaning, or whatever you think of. But I hope this can be a little bit of encouragement to some people. Love yourself. Be gentle. Bye.